Okay, we're back. I hope you guys are loving this unit because it is so much review, and so it should just be a really easy thing to be doing as we transition back into full virtual. This time we're continuing with linear equations, and we're back to parallel and perpendicular. And just as a refresher, we've already covered this, but parallel means that two lines have the same slope. And perpendicular means, get this in here as I color code everything, the slopes are opposite signs, not opposites, but, well, they are opposites, but opposite signs, and in big bold letters, reciprocal. Have to have both of them. They have to be opposite and reciprocal. Okay, so we're going to find the equation of a line that's parallel. I'm going to do all my parallel stuff in blue to this line and contains this point. Okay, so this line is in standard form. And remember, the way we find slope in standard form is we take the opposite of A over B. So my A is 3, so I'm going to take negative 3 over 4. This is the slope of the line that I have. I want a line that's parallel to that, and so my parallel slope is also going to be negative 3/4 because parallel slopes are the same. And I know that I'm going to use this point, x1, y1. And when we have a point and a slope, we use the point slope form. And as a refresher, I've got y minus y1 equals slope times x minus x1. And I'm going to say it's a really good idea to go ahead and write down this form, whatever form you're using, every time. That also helps you really learn and know the slope, learn and know the forms. Okay, so y minus my y value, y minus the negative 2 is y plus 2, equals my slope. I'm using my parallel slope, which is negative 3/4, and then x minus my x value. Notice there's nothing else I need from this line. All I needed to know is I'm going to create a new line that's parallel to this line. Once I have that slope, that's all I need from that line. There's nothing else you're going to do with that. Okay, so this is in point slope form. If they ask for point slope form, you would stop there and you'd be done. So you really have to pay attention to which form they ask for. But here, I didn't ask for specific form, which gives me the chance to show you what to do. If they ask for y-intercept form, then you always start with point slope form, and then you convert it to slope intercept. So first thing I would do here is distribute my negative 3/4, so that's negative 3/4 over x. Negative times negative is a positive, and when I have negative 3/4 times negative 8 over 1, that's 24 over 4. Two negatives make a positive, and 24 divided by 4 is 6, so that's plus 6. Subtract 2 from both sides, because I'm trying to get the y by itself. That's how we make it slope intercept. And I have y equals negative 3/4 x plus 4. And so this is in slope intercept form. And again, I'm doing both, and I'm making a point of, if they just ask for an equation like I did here, either one of these would be okay. But I'm telling you, we're writing the tests. I'm going to ask for one or the other, or Dr. Graf's going to ask for one or the other. So you got to make sure that you give us the form we ask for, because that's part of what we're testing. Okay, this is another one which just says define the equation, and we want a slope that is this time perpendicular to the line. Okay, I'm using the same line here. Notice 3x plus 4y equals 9 and 3x plus 4y equals 9. It's the same line, and we already found that the slope for this line is negative 3/4. But this time I want to use a perpendicular slope. So my perpendicular slope is going to be opposite, so it's going to be positive, and reciprocal, flipped, so it's going to be a positive 4/3. And I want you to label the line, the original slope, as well as the new slope. Notice I even did that up here. I wrote that whatever the slope of the line was, and then I said parallel slope is this. Okay, and you can use the shorthand. Down here I said this is the original slope, this is the perpendicular slope. And we're using the point 12, 6. Okay, so I have a point and a slope, so I'm going to put it in point slope form first. Y minus y1 equals slope times x minus x1. So it's y minus my y value, which is 6, equals my slope. I'm talking about the perpendicular slope because I'm writing the line that's perpendicular. That's 4/3 x minus 12, my x1. And this is the form, if I ask for it in point slope form, oh wait, they actually said slope intercept, didn't they? So that means I'm not going to put a box around it because this is not my final answer. I'm kind of glad I did that, so you can kind of see it's easy to just like stop and make assumptions. You got to go back and read what the problem says. Okay, so I want to get this into slope-intercept form for sure this time. So I'm going to distribute the 4/3. So I have y minus 6 equals 4/3 x, and 4/3 times negative 12 over 1. 4 times negative 12 is negative 48. Over 3 is a negative 16, so that's minus 16. Add 6 to both sides, and y equals 4/3 x minus 10. And that is the perpendicular line in slope-intercept form that goes through that point. Okay. And we'll move it on. Okay. This time we're going to find the equation of a line that's parallel. So parallel means it's the same slope to the line y equals 3. And remember, if there's only one variable, that means it's going to be in a horizontal or vertical line. So we're either using Hoy or Vux. Since this is a y equals, it's Hoy, so it's horizontal. It's a 0 slope. And my equation is y equals 3. So since my slope is 0, my parallel slope is also going to be 0, and the line's going to be horizontal. And it goes through this point. Well, how do I plug that into point slope? Well, I guess I can't I? So let's try that. Let's see how it goes. So we can do y minus my y value equals my slope, which is 0, times x minus my x value, which is 4. And then I have 0 times anything is 0, so I have y minus 9 equals 0. So this is y equals, and I add 9 to both sides, let's get y equals 9. That's the line, that's the equation of the line that is parallel. Now the other way you could look at this is a longer way to do it. Another way to do it is, I know that this is going to be a parallel line. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I know that this is x1, y1. My y value, notice my y value of my ordered pair is also what's in this line. The other thing I could think of is if my y is 9, I've got a parallel line that goes through that point. There's all kinds of different steps to look at here. I'm going to use my index card. So that can tell you that y equals 9. So a couple different things. Let's regroup. I can plug it in on this one, plug it into point slope and get my equation. Or I can say I know it's horizontal and it goes through 9, so it's y equals 9. Because if it goes through 9 and it's horizontal, every y value is going to be 9. No matter where you go with your x, your y is going to be 9. Okay, let's look at the next one though. This one is a y equals 3. It's the same line, so my slope is 0. But this time I want my perpendicular line. And my perpendicular line to 0, well, if I have is going to be undefined. And if you think about it, so it's the Vux part, because if you just think of the picture of a horizontal line, the perpendicular line is going to be vertical, so it's going to be part of Vux. So how do I figure out, I can't use my point slope, right? I've got y minus 9 equals undefined times x minus 4. Well, how do you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Okay, but what you can do is you know it's a vertical line, and so you know it's going to be x equals a number. And I'm just trying to figure out what x equals. Well, it's going to be whatever your x is. Remember x1, y1? It's going to be x equals 4. That's going to be your equation. And we can go back to drawing a line, sketching it. If you want to sketch it, you can sketch it. And I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so if I go 4, 9, this is my point, is at 4, 9. And I have a vertical line through that point. See how I'm just sketching it? A vertical line through that point. Well, it helps if I sketch everything right. Okay, over 4, not 9, that's right here. It's going to look like that, which is going to be x equals 4. Okay? So your equation is x equals 4. But there's lots of different ways you can get there. All right? If it's an x equals equation, it's going to be the value in your point. If it's a y equals equation, it's going to be y equals the y value of your point. That's for horizontal and vertical lines. Those are pretty straightforward. Let's do a different one. Let's do this one. We're going to write our equation in slope-intercept form, and we're going to state whether they are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. Okay, so I have two different lines. I'm going to do line 1 in green and line 2 in purple. And first thing I'm going to do is write each line in slope-intercept form. So I have 4y minus 5x equals 8. And what I'm trying to do is to get it into slope-intercept form, so I need to solve for y. So I'm going to add 5x to both sides. And I can't combine 8 and 5x, so this is going to be 4y equals 5x plus 8. And I'm going to divide everything by 4. So I have y equals 5/4 x, and 8 divided by 4 is 2. My slope for this is 5/4. I'm going to do the same thing with this line. I have 4x plus 5y equals negative 15. I want to get the y by itself, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And I can't combine those, so they're going to be separate. So 5y equals negative 4x minus 15. I'm going to divide everything by 5. So y equals negative 4/5 x minus 3. That's my line. And my slope of this line is negative 4/5. Okay, so first thing we did is we put them in slope-intercept form. We found their slopes. And now we need to make a statement about whether they're parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And they're not the same, so they're not parallel. To be perpendicular, they have to be opposite and reciprocal. They are opposite signs, and they're flipped. So what we're going to say is the lines are perpendicular because the slopes are opposite and reciprocal. Make sure you give the reason. Don't just go perpendicular, parallel, because that just gives us the impression that you're just guessing and hoping it sticks, okay? Make sure that you give us the reason why they're parallel or perpendicular. That concludes this part. We will look forward to the next section.